Professional Communications for Real Estate Attorneys, Series 2, presented by Kevin Murray from Energize Your Business at www.energizeyou.com. This is Series 2 of Professional Communications, where we'll cover how to reconnect with past clients to generate referrals and testimonials that help to attract new clients. We'll review a 3-word process that'll support you in being your best self, and we'll review the secrets of being a high-performance professional. How would you like to generate 5, 10, or even 20 new clients every single month on demand and with predictability? Wouldn't it be nice to have a button you could hit, and the result is that new clients show up? The truth is that most real estate attorneys don't have a go button to push that brings in new clients on demand. Even if you had a banner year last year, maybe refis were up, how do you generate more business if it's not just coming in? Wouldn't it be great if you could push a button and more great clients show up? For most real estate attorneys, this is the reality they face. Each day you work hard on the open files in front of you, you focus on the closings coming up in the next days or the next week. You take care of all the transactions immediately in front of you. So during this process, you're creating a lot of goodwill with your clients. You're helping them navigate a challenging and complex transaction. But once you're done with the file, you're on to the next without a lot of follow-up and attention paid to past clients. The goodwill you generated by the successful real estate transaction is minimized, if not fully squandered, due to a lack of follow-up. Only real estate attorneys with a predictable system for attracting and closing clients can say, I've got a go button, and when I hit it, clients show up. Hey, my name's Kevin Murray, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to share exactly how I create these systems for myself and for my clients so they can have predictable systems installed for generating 5, 10, even 20 new clients every single month. And I'll show you how to do the same. I'm also going to share with you the 3 things that the highest earning attorneys have present in their practice that the strugglers do not. And these are the exact same strategies that I've used to grow my businesses from 0 to over $250,000 in monthly sales. And I've helped many others to grow their businesses and income to earn the most that they've ever earned. Over the past 34 years, I've been committed to learning for myself and teaching these results around how to create systems that attract steady streams of new clients and grow your income, and how to build systems that allow you to step away from the office, enjoy holidays and family time, knowing that work is getting done and billing is still happening while you're out, and you can enjoy your prosperity now instead of waiting for some other day or retirement. So these tools and systems work once they're in place in your practice. So as a real estate attorney, if you'd like to have a predictable way to generate clients on demand and grow your practice without working a whole lot harder and being able to enjoy lots of free time, then you're definitely in the right place. Another client, Ed Fox, he started working with me and was able to increase his rates and earn his highest fees ever by implementing what I'll be sharing with you. I'll share some other client case studies in a few more minutes. Now, the best thing about this predictable client system is that it leverages the goodwill you already worked so hard to create. It doesn't take any more time once the systems are in place. It simply becomes part of the new normal for how you do business, and you can hand it off. It's based on proven results, and it can pay for itself with just a couple extra closings in a year. Now, if you look around the world of real estate attorneys, I'm sure you've noticed that people fall into one of these 2 categories. There's the grinders who make some money sometimes but spend way too much time for the amount of money that they earn. And then there's the rainmakers, people who are absolutely crushing it, making more and more money, building wealth, and spending less and less time doing it. So what is it that allows some real estate attorneys to make a lot higher income, enjoy a great lifestyle, and build wealth, while other attorneys make less than they should for the hours they're working and struggle to get new clients and put away meaningful money? Well, after talking to hundreds of attorneys, professionals, and business owners, and being in business for over 30 years, I've realized that the rainmakers have 3 key things in place, while the grinders have only 1 or two of the, sometimes none. And the truth is that if you have all of these things in place in your practice, it becomes very easy and predictable to dramatically grow your income. Today, there are a lot of people telling you to invest in web marketing and social media. Those aren't bad things, but they don't give you the greatest return on your goodwill or your investment. Most real estate attorneys are paying for web design and SEO, Google ranking, internet traffic, and completely ignoring the low-hanging fruit that you've worked so hard to grow, and it's right in front of you to harvest. Now, remember how I told you that real estate attorneys who are rocking it have three things in place that the grinders don't? Well, these three things are a built-in and easy-to-use referral system that makes it easy and expected for clients to refer new buyers and sellers for you from amongst their acquaintances, and a past client follow-up system that you can hand off to your paralegal, or you can run it too. It only takes a few minutes a week. And a system that delivers great testimonials that engage your clients and helps with your website ranking as a lovely side effect. Because it comes down to this. If you work so hard to care for and serve your current clients up until closings, but you don't have systems to maximize and leverage the goodwill and the opportunity that each client represents in terms of referrals and testimonials from their circle of influence, you're leaving a lot of money on the table and you're missing out on the easiest way to attract new clients. How many clients did you ask in the last 7 days to refer you to any buyers and sellers they might come across? How many new files did you open last week as a result of referrals? How many testimonials did you receive in the last 7 days that you can use to maximize and even improve your good reputation and make it easier for new clients to engage you? If you did get any new testimonials in the last week, how many of those are strategically and automatically linked to your website so your search ranking improves? Those are good questions, but don't feel bad if you're not doing these things. You went to law school for years to study law, and you developed a specialty in real estate law. But there's virtually no training in law school on how to attract clients. The rainmakers in the legal world have figured this out, but over decades, with a lot of trial and error and a lot of cost, and they have systems in place finally to bring in new clients all the time. There are attorneys that make great incomes and are building wealth for their future, and they enjoy a great lifestyle now. They have predictable methods for generating clients, and they have these systems in place. So when you have these systems in place, every client will be looking out to bring new clients. Every client will be shouting your praises for your great service and help and sharing that online. And every client will be engaged with you to help you find new clients throughout the year. While the grinders and strugglers are working really hard and using the strategy of hope, meaning I hope I get some new files, the rainmakers know how to take one successful client and run it through their system to turn that into many successful clients. And one of the best parts of this process and these systems is that once they're in place, you can hand them off to a part-time administrative assistant or let your paralegal handle them. It doesn't take any more of your time to do this than the time you already spend with clients. So the result of executing this correctly is that you'll have a predictable way to generate 5, 10, 20 new clients month after month. So here's another client, Kathy Herman. She was able to increase her sales and reduce the stress her business was creating. And Luke is making more than ever and working less than ever with these systems in place. He didn't believe enough and communicate the value and the expertise he was delivering. He wasn't telling a good enough story to his potential clients. Once we handled that, well, life is better for Luke now. So you have to have the right system to be able to do this and get these results. And you can do it the hard way, which is like going up to the lock and trying to guess the code. But you know there's more than 10,000 possible combinations to a 4-digit lock. Well, you can try to crack it yourself, and who knows, maybe you'll find a combination that works in a year or 2 or 3, but most probably never. Or you can do it the easy way and just get the combination to unlock it and get the results immediately. And that's what I do all day in my own business and for my clients in their businesses. Right now, I'm looking for a few more of my dream clients. where I can help them get these kind of massive results that I've shared with you. That's why for a limited time, I'd like to work with you in a free strategy session if you meet the criteria below. So who is this for? This is for real estate attorneys that are doing at least 100 closings per year, attorneys that have other services and want to sell more of those, attorneys who know that they're good at what they do and believe that they can dramatically increase their income by putting these pieces in place. And it's helpful that you have some skin in the game. You've got to be willing and be able to understand that you need to invest some money to grow your practice and take it to that next level. Working with me as a client is an investment, but most of my clients make back more than their investment within the first month or two, and then they want to stick with me for a long term because they see results. So who is this not for? Well, this is not for attorneys that are just starting up and haven't done hundreds of real estate closings. It's not for attorneys who want different results but don't really want to make changes. It's not for attorneys who are stuck in information gathering mode and are not prepared to take action and get results. And this is not for attorneys who aren't serious about growing their practice by another 50 or 100,000 or $250,000 or more this year. So here's how the process works. We have a personal one-on-one phone strategy session. Session takes around 30 minutes. You'll be speaking with me directly, and I'll be helping you identify where you're at and what needs to shift to get you to this next level. I'll answer your questions about all these systems. Now, knowing that we're a good fit is really crucial because I like to get all my clients' results and work with them for the long term, and to do that, I need them to get a quick return on their investment. And the truth is that there are some people who I cannot help. And if that's the case, I'll be 100% upfront with you, and I'll suggest somebody else or an alternative. I'm only looking for those who are a good fit and who I am certain I can get good results for. So the first step is to complete a survey and make a request for a private strategy session. This will help us see if I can help you and if I'm the best person to help you generate these results. And it helps me to see if you're ready to step up and commit and take action and do the work required to generate those results. Now, once I receive your application, we'll schedule a time to conduct your strategy session. And this is where we'll really start working together to figure out what you want, how to make it happen in the fastest time possible, and with predictability. And then at the end of the call, one or two things will happen. We'll either be a fit, and I'll extend an invitation for you to work with me as one of my clients, or if it's not a good fit, that's totally okay too, and no hard feelings, no obligations or anything. So either way, you'll receive a valuable strategy session, and you'll walk away with newfound clarity as to where you are right now and what's holding you back from achieving the results that you want. It'll likely be a highly valuable 30 minutes that you invest in your practice this year. So go ahead and complete your application now, and we'll see if we're a good fit for doing business together. Now, right now, I have a limited number of strategy sessions available because of the one-on-one time that I give to my current clients. And out of every batch of surveys I receive, there's only a couple that I feel are really a great fit. So I have a few slots right now that I want to fill as quickly as possible. So with that being said, please understand that this window of opportunity won't be available for long. And what I have found is those who have the ability to make decisions and act quickly are the most likely to get results and most likely to become my best clients, and we'll do great work together for years to come. So if you feel like this is right for you, go ahead and apply right now to see if you qualify, and then go ahead and follow the instructions on the next page. Hey, Kevin Murray here, High Performance Guy. And today I want to give you an exercise that'll help you develop 3 words that'll really inspire you. And this is part of a larger exercise on developing clarity for yourself about who you are and how you want to be, how you commit to being, how you inspire yourself to be. So this mini exercise is about developing 3 words that'll guide you and inspire you in all your interactions, whether it's strangers and people you meet on the street or in the supermarket checkout line, but it's also for your clients, for your employees, for bosses, for your colleagues, and for your family, for your children, for all the people that you're going to meet. So the goal here is to think of 3 words. And I want you to come up with 3 words right now, pretty quickly, like the first 3 words that pop into your mind. So write these down. and you'll have a chance to edit them and play with them. But what are the 3 words, for example, if that you'd be happy to see on your headstone? Or if you ask some people that were close to you, maybe your kids or maybe a spouse or your best friend, what 3 words would you use to describe this person? And they're talking about you. What would you be so proud and pleased to hear? And what words define who you are at your best? And you know that you're not this all the time. Again, these will inspire you to live this way and to be this. So what are those 3 words? So feel free to share them with me. You can share them in the Facebook comments, and there's more that you can do. Hey, Kevin Murray here. We're going to talk about the 6 secrets of the world's highest performing achievers. And whether we look at the world of medicine and arts or science, technology, and business, you see people like Steve Jobs, Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. These people have incredible capacity to create and inspire and have incredibly productive lives. And this has been studied, and there's some things that we've learned. So what I want to share with you today is what these secrets are and what you can do to learn how to live at a higher level of clarity, live with a higher level of energy and vibrancy, learn how to lead more, whether it's at home or in the workplace. So as we talk about what high performance looks like and what it feels like as we're going through this, I'd like you to imagine what it could really feel like in your life to resonate and respond to some of these challenges, because this is really a challenge for you to step up your life, to take it to the next level. You know where you can take it up a little bit, and so here we go. So a really great place to start might be defining what we mean by high performance. So we have a definition that we can be working with. So our definition that we're going to work with is that high performance means excelling and succeeding above standard norms. So what that means is that in every kind of endeavor, there's some standards that have been created. There's some standards that we might work to or aspire to. So high performance is about excelling and succeeding, but above some standard level for our industry or for our workplace or our organizations. So there's a couple other really important pieces here. So it's excelling and succeeding above standard norms consistently and over the long term. So when we pull all this together, we can unpack each word a little bit more. But the idea is that high performance isn't something we achieve once and then we bonk and we have to rest and recuperate from that, like running a marathon that you're not going to ever do again in your life. This is about consistent performance over time, above and beyond what most people do or what most people expect that anyone else would do. So that's a good starting point for this conversation. Okay, now I want to share some of the qualities of high-performing people, and you're going to recognize some of these in yourself. You're going to recognize that you have some of this some of the time, and the difference with real high-performance people is that they exhibit more of these more often than not. And it's learned, and it's something that you can take on, and you can grow these things in yourself. But let's take a look at some of the characteristics of high-performing achievers. So number one, they're open and observant to the present moment. So that means that the moment can come and meet you. We're not so rigidly focused on what we want or what we need to have happen, but we can let spirit come and dance, and we can see what else might show up other than what we've already thought about. So high-performing people are very open. They're very observant to what's going on, because sometimes the best ideas don't come from our minds. They come from outside of us. The second thing we see is that high-performing people are very self-reliant. That doesn't mean we don't have teams. It doesn't mean we don't look for support. But they know at the end of the day, they can get it done. They can rely on themselves to make the difference and be the difference that they need to see in their workplace or their organizations. Number 3 is high-performing achievers are very future-oriented. We look to the past to see what worked and what didn't work. We take feedback from the past, but we're also looking to create different kinds of futures that'll make a difference for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, for our workplaces, and our clients, and maybe for the whole world too. The 4th characteristic of high-performing achievers is that they're challenge seekers. They're not just happy with the status quo. They're not just happy with what got created last year or last quarter or last decade. They're looking and striving to see, what's that next mountain we can climb. Number 5 is they're connection lovers. So it's kind of as a contrast to being self-reliant. We know that there's other people that can make great contributions to what we're up to, and that we can make great contributions to other people's stuff. And we love creating connections and sparking off each other. So that's just another important piece of it. Number 6, creatively driven and expressive. So that's another kind of follow-on to looking for challenge and looking to up the game. We're looking to create. We want to see things that maybe haven't been done. We want to try different combinations of things. We want to bring different experiences to ourselves and to our families, to our clients. And the final piece of characteristics of high-performing people is they're meaning makers. These people are looking to make meaning and have meaningful experience in their lives, and they're trying to bring a lot of value, and they're trying to communicate and educate what it is they're up to. So instead of having the meaning being delivered, high-performing people look to create the meaning and share that with other people. All right, we've talked a little bit about what high performers look like, how you can recognize them by their behavior and their characteristics, but also how you can recognize the high performer in yourself by looking at some of those characteristics. Now I'd like to just share some ideas about what it feels like to be living at a level of high performance. So high performance is the feeling of full engagement, joy, and confidence that comes from consistently living from and into your full potential. So imagine what that feels like every day, to be doing that more and more often through your day. So now that we know a little bit about what high performance looks like and what it feels like, let's talk about how we get there and how we can do this for ourselves and how we can bring this into our organizations or our teams. So high performance is the result of having heightened and sustained levels of these 5 qualities. So the first thing that we want to be developing in ourselves is a greater sense of clarity. And that's clarity about who we are and what's really important to us, what we're doing here on the planet. It's not just about our business goals, although that's important, but this is about our internal clarity, our internal guidance and direction. We also need to have a heightened and sustained level of energy. So once you've got a little more clarity about what you're up to, that's actually going to already help build your energy. And there's a lot of other things you can do to build your energy in terms of where you put your attention and how you take care of yourself, how you feed your body, and how you build higher level of stamina, both physically and mentally. The third thing we want to increase is our level of courage, our capacity and our ability to take on things that might seem bold or might seem unreasonable. Well, that's how we really move the dial, is by being courageous. The fourth thing is by really enhancing our productivity, making sure that we're getting the most important things done in a day and we're not distracting ourselves with other activities that aren't really moving us towards what we're up to. So when we have a lot of these things, you can see how they start to layer on top of each other. And the last piece is influence. If we're up to something, we're going to need to talk to people, to influence them, to consider our way of thinking, to engage them, to be partners with us. Again, whether it's family, employees, vendors, suppliers, and of course, our clients as well. So now we're ready to dig into the 6 secrets and the things where we can apply our attention and some work and some mindfulness to drive these other pieces in our life that are going to get us to these higher levels of engagement in all these parts of our thinking. So the way we get to these is by mastering these. And the first thing we need to master is our psychology. So here's some questions to think about how to master your psychology. Am I living my truth? How do I really define who I am as a person, and am I living that? What is most important to me as I interact with others, and am I being that? What do I know that contributes to my successes based on my own history? So the second area that we need to consider is our physiology. And here's some questions to ask yourself when it comes to your high performance around your physiology. Am I rested and fully hydrated? Am I sleeping enough? Am I eating well, exercising, drinking a lot of water? Can't say that one enough. Am I expressing myself with passion enough to generate the energy that I want and that I deserve? The next area where high-performing achievers have demonstrated a lot of mastery is in their productivity. So again, they focus on what needs to get done. And here's a couple questions to ask yourself to stimulate a higher level of productivity. What is my mission today? What am I looking forward to? What must I accomplish today to progress my projects and my life? So these are some great questions, and this is all in the PDF that's attached to this, so please download that and take a shot at some of these questions. The next area to focus on is our persuasion. So here's some persuasion questions. Am I developing influence? Am I demonstrating empathy and bold enthusiasm when I seek to influence others? So some good thoughts, some good questions for persuasion. The next thing is presence. So how present can we be when we're with other people? What level am I in this moment in terms of my emotional and physical vibrancy and presence? Am I giving others my full attention when I'm with them? And the final piece, the 6th secret of high-performing achievers, is they are on purpose. They're not living to see what shows up and what happens. They're driving their lives with a lot of purpose. So here's a couple questions around your purpose. How can I stay on purpose and serve greatly right now? What is the greater purpose in my life? And if I'm not sure, how can I begin creating it and defining it and imagining it so I can be living on purpose? So I also want to share a couple high performance principles that I've lived by, and that this is part of what I bring to my work and my clients as well. So number 1, life either happens to us or we live on purpose. So are we driving the bus or are we going for a ride? Like, who's in charge of our journey? And the second principle is that you are responsible for your level of happiness and prosperity. So if we're wanting more happiness and prosperity, it might be something to consider that we have to look inside of ourselves, look at how we're bringing that. It might not be something we receive, but maybe it's what we bring to all the situations in our lives, and that's just a different perspective that's going to create some different results. So if you'd like to build these qualities and raise your level of high performance, or you've got somebody in your organization that you'd like to invest in and somebody that you want to retain and you want to build them for their future, please click on the button below. You can request a complimentary strategy session. I offer a few of these every month, and I'll take a look at your application and I'll be in touch with you to schedule from there. Thank you very much.